Okay,
right.
come on up.
All right.
And down there in the nose is the restroom. So there's a toilet right behind the door here.
Oh.
So I put a label on there, emergencies only.
Emergencies only.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have a functional toilet, but it's not open for anyone just to walk up and use.
Right.
If you're gonna use it, you gotta clean it.
Okay.
The typical layout of a SD40 locomotive, you got the control stand for the engineer here, you got the conductor over there, and then this seat is not typical, usually it's in the corner, but it would be put here for observational training purposes.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah, go ahead and have a seat.
All right. Okay.
This locomotive has a gyro light.
Charlie?
The switch down here.
Oh.
If you move it to the right, it'll be the white light for the gyro light.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And then you move it to the left, it's for the red light.
Oh, okay. All right.
Have you driven a locomotive before?
Not for quite some time. I did try it once at the Southern California Railway Museum. I
Oh yeah,
believe.
yep. Well, when it comes to, obviously it's not running right now, but when it comes to operating a locomotive, it's very important that you have your main reservoir up, which is the red needle here. And the main reservoir should be about 120 to 140 psi.
Okay.
If you don't have the main reservoir, you don't have brakes.
Oh.
So you got to keep an eye on that. You can't just look out the window the whole time. You got to pay attention to what's going on here, because if the air compressor stops working, even though the engine's running but it's not compressing air, or you have a leak, really if this drops below 110, that's when you need to check things out. Once it drops below 90, then the brake pipe will follow the main reservoir and it's going to stop you anyway. But very important.
All right.
So if you take on a locomotive in the future, first thing you want to check is, do you have your air, and do your testing with your brake handle here, test and make sure they work, then you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah. If you want to come up and take a look at the engine, you can go up the ladder right there.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, okay. It's a little dirty.
Okay.
So you've got the air intake coming in the big room behind the cab.
Oh.
Now that's the exhaust.
Oh, exhaust.
The-
Right.
Over the wall right there. Yep, air intake.
Okay.
It comes down into the turbo, comes into the air buckets down here, and feed fresh air, oxygen to the cylinders.
There.
And the cylinders compress, and fuel gets injected in a pop, and then the exhaust goes out through the top.
Oh, okay.
So these, the camshaft here is timing the firing sequence of the engine. So right here, the middle one here is the fuel injection. So it pressed all the way down. So that tells me this cylinder is all the way up and it's taking an injection of fuel before it pops. This one, the exhaust valves are open, because these are just a little bit lower, and that tells me that the cylinder basically all the way down, the fresh air coming in from the turbo is forcing the exhaust out to the top.
Oh, okay.
So when you see this moving, it's basically exhaust, injection, all timed to be kind of a well-oiled machine.
All right.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
It was running a couple weeks ago, so
Oh, nice.
I didn't get to write this down yet.
Oh.
The cooling system. We got the water gauge right here. We got the oil pressure, and then the water level right here is between the tape of the green and the black, and it's holding watertight. And then you got the water pump here, so when the engine is turning, it's turning and pumping the water through the cooling system, which comes back down here. And this is the heat exchanger to cool down the oil. And there's another exchanger that heats up the fuel. So it's a well-designed machine. That's why they're still using them today. Here's the famous water tank.
The water tank.
Partially blamed for the development that this locomotive had. See, the thing is the trucks that the locomotive had back in the 70s were much lighter because they were hollowed out. And so they were more susceptible to not staying on the track.
Oh, okay.
Once they got rid of the hollow bolsters and went with the solid ones, this unit is run on, Santa Fe and BNSF just fine.
Yeah,
Granted, it didn't have the sloshing water, but I think it was more, if your undercarriage is not strong enough, it doesn't matter what you have up here. So.
Okay.
And then this is the future hot tub room. So we'll open up the roof and we'll put a hot tub back here.
Oh. Okay.
The hot tub would actually kind of give it some kind of a steam, or like a steam vent, and maybe make it look authentic.
Oh.
But no, eventually, if we do find a steam generator, we can put one back here. I don't know if I want to do that because what equipment out there still uses steam.
Right, that's true, yeah.
So maybe a head end power generator, a standalone one, we can put back here.
Okay.
It wouldn't be historically accurate, but
at least so it can pull modern passenger cars, I
right.
guess.
So I always think this is cool. I started cleaning up the wall, and then I uncovered an old Amtrak steam generator placard. I'm not sure I'll be able to save it, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
The Santa Fe number 5256.
Nice.
So that's the last remnant of the Santa Fe, other than the nose being chopped off.
Okay.
Now watch your step right here.
Okay.
And now we're inside the engine room of the F40 231.
Nice.
Some work is going on right now to replace the drive shaft has kind of rubber inserts for the bolts, and they're getting old and cracking and all that, so those need to be replaced. That's about $1,200.
Oh.
So that's just an ongoing money pit to keep this thing going. It was running a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
So the engine run great.
Okay, that's good.
And the layout is the same as the SDP40F, except for the head end power generator. This is the head end power. One Watch your head here.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
So typical cabin of an F40, same control stand as the SDP40F. They have an air conditioner. You know, the bad thing about the air conditioner is they made it 480 volts, so it runs off of the head end power.
Oh.
So that means if you want to have the AC working, it has to be a Run 8.
Oh, okay.
So we don't do that. So I'd like to change it out for a 72 volt
Okay.
air conditioner that the typical freight units use. Because then you can have air conditioning at idle instead of at Run 8. So, blue carded, if they're going to operate under its own power because the traction motor cables were cut.
Oh, okay.
But the museum here has allowed us to put it on the train to go out, and so it's blue carded to be an operating unit even though it can't propel itself.
Oh, okay.
If it propels itself, then the museum won't allow it to run.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't make sense. We got the bathroom down here, and it's functional, emergency use only.
Okay.
This is damage from when I was in Portland. Copper thieves took a shotgun to the windshield. So this is damage from the shotgun blast. They came out on 4th of July, thinking no one would report it because you hear a blast, you think it's fireworks. But we have cameras mounted on the locomotive. We caught the infrared night vision cameras, so we caught the copper thieves that were out there. So.
All right, that's good.
So donation made to get new windshields. I kind of miss the old ones though, because they had kind of a reddish tint to it, where this is clear, and I don't know, the red tint, you know, just like Amtrak, where the clear ones, that's a drawback, but I'd rather have good windshields instead of broken ones.
True.
Still have a lot of electrical work to do.
Oh, okay.
You know, when I was at Amtrak, it got a problem, and it goes to Redondo shops or something. Well, they're just gonna fix it, and they're gonna fix it right away and get it back out on the road. Well, over time, you know, this wire here, there's a lot of different things that aren't labeled and are not even connected to things. And so, in order to address some of that, I have a temporary wire here for different things until I have time to dig into all the electrical. It's interesting. Some of the electrical actually comes on with the battery knife off. So there is a battery knife in here. And when this is off, nothing should even come on. And there are still some circuits here that are energized even with this off.
Oh.
So it's been a learning experience. I haven't shocked myself yet. But you take a test, and you go, oh, that's live? Well, why is that live? So the only thing that should be live is the turbo. But you can hear that. So that should only be thing live, but there are other weird things in here that are still live even with it off.
Okay.
Part of the fun.
Yeah.
Now, I did say that they were similar to the SDP40F. I take that back. Mostly similar. This thing is not on the SDP40F. It's called door override.
Oh.
And that's for like the surf liners or any other equipment that have automated doors. So if you have this down, the engine won't move unless it receives a signal through the MU cables that all the doors are closed.
Oh, okay.
But if you need to operate light power or on something like the coach light, you would have that up.
Oh, okay.
The SDP40F that can have the cruise control, and it doesn't have the alerter. You don't need the alerter unless you're going over a certain speed.
Okay.
Now, if I could share, with your viewers, if they're ever interested in learning about, operating a train locomotive, first thing you got to learn is the air. How does the air brake work?
Okay.
If you don't know how the air brake work, the people in the museum or rail operations are not going to let you be around trains.
Okay.
So learn how the air works and how to be safe when you handle the air. Then you can only grow from there. If you never learn about the air, you're not going to get anywhere.
Okay.
So definitely learn about the automatic, the independent, and two-way switch down here and what that does, and why it should be here and why it should be down there. All the different things about that. And the best way is to open a book and read it. I had a guy here tell me, say, read a book. And I take those words pretty seriously because that's how you learn. You got to read a book and go, okay, this is this, this is doing this and this is doing that. And then when something comes up in the future, some weird whatever is going on with the air, you remember, I remember reading about that in the book. You bring it out, you look it up and go, there's the fix, and then you fixed it. So important to read the book and study the air.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yep. I mentioned troubleshooting. One of the ways to troubleshoot, again, you look in a book, and then this is why this design is awesome, because you can test for different things if something's wrong. So you have the connection, and if you see a different voltage reading, the engine's not running, so I can't demonstrate it. You see a problem come up, and then you identify which leads or what, and then you look up in the book, and the book will say, number 19 is not this, but number 20 is. Then you have kind of like a flow chart of where you can find where the problem is.
Okay.
So that's what's great about this system. Nowadays, they have computers doing it all for you.
Oh, okay.
A cool thing that's not common is the cab signal here. So you got the cab signal ready for different railroads. RF&P, Conrail, UP. This unit did operate to Washington, D.C., so it's possible that these cab signals, the Pennsylvania style one, would have been used. Any other questions?
I actually kind of did have one. So around the UP, would they use cab signals at actually?
UP?
Mm-hmm.
Wyoming.
Wyoming? Oh.
So I know out in east they use cab signals out there.
Oh.
I forget how far. Definitely Cheyenne, but I don't know if that goes all the way to Omaha.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Because I've heard on the eastern states that they had like cab signals, but I didn't realize even the Western Railroad like UP would have one. So
Yeah,
that kind of surprised me.
Yeah, Santa Fe had the automatic train stop, which is the magnetic shoe that's down by the wheel, and that would trip. There's a acknowledger here, and this red this gauge that's in addition to the regular brake pipe. This were part of the automatic system. So if you passed a signal that was not, favorable, like a yellow signal in approach, you would have to acknowledge and let the system know that you saw that.
Okay.
And then it would try to stop you if you didn't see that. Obviously, when you pass a green signal, I can't remember. It's been so long. I remember that you had to acknowledge all signals, but it depends on what route you're on. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yep. 2026 here at the museum, but we don't know if it will happen. Right now, the legislature is meeting, and they got the new building that's being built, at the new visitor center. Mm-hmm. They're putting like $30 million into this new building, but they have no funds to stop it.
Oh, okay.
So right now, it's like, when is that building going to open? Because the building will be finished, but the state legislature hasn't set aside the funds to actually properly staff the museum here. So if there's no staff, it's not going to open.
Right.
So they're figuring it out right now. Legislature only meets every 2 years, and so if they don't do anything this year, then this event or the new facility may not open until 2028.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It could be better managed, I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all up in Carson City. Everybody, the director and everybody here at the museum below are great. They're great. They're taking care of the equipment with what they can. It's people 400 miles away that don't have a clue of what's going on here, and they're the ones making decisions. That doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
People here should retain all the funds and keep the decision making here and not up in Carson City.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this event happens. I have it hanging up here because I hope it happens.
All right.
So. I showed you the 3 seats in the SDP40F. They were all pretty comfy. Typical Amtrak fashion, if you're the lowest on the totem pole, you got that seat.
Yeah, very comfortable.
It's not very comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's got no back to it. You're going 90 down the track.
Oof. Oh, that must be rough.
I mean, the toilet down the nose is probably more comfortable than that.
Yeah.
Nope. He was. Watch your Yep.
All right.
The locomotive here ended up being vandalized. If you look right here, lighter blue and normal blue. Luckily, I had the Rust-Oleum kind of baby blue color to mask over the graffiti.
Oh, okay.
But it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And the area got a little spot.
Okay.
The people that did the vandalism, they don't see this as a historic museum piece. They just figure, oh, it's a big old railroad, they got insurance. That's not the case. So it was disheartening when, you know, the vandalists thought they tagged the locomotive on all sides. They tagged from the bottom all the way up to the top, across the windshield. They painted it all.
That sucks.
So, yeah, it's disheartening. I don't know how well your camera can see in here. This is the air intake room, and it's where the air filters are.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like you're able to see it. Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, eventually.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a generator down below,
Okay.
and then up top is the air filter for the engine block.
Okay.
Cool.
Very cool. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah. Now, something you may not see on other locomotives are fuzzy dice.
Oh,
We're just having fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got this 20, not this one, but I started it about 23 years ago. On the first outing with the 231, we like to have fun, so we put fuzzy dice up.
Oh.
Sometime during the next few days, somebody cut them down.
Oh.
And it's like, come on, man, we're just having fun. So I got 40 more of these.
40 more?
60 more. They come in different packs.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm always going to have fun. You're never going to diminish that.
All right.
So blue for bit blue, and then white for the F40. So.
All right.
I intend to repair these, get them replaced. So at some point we'll clear all that out, put brand new material.
Alright, that's good. There.
This is a 6, this locomotive has got 6 axles, so we've got 3 per truck. And this is a replica builder plate, by the way. Don't steal this. It's
Okay.
fake. Okay.
Alright.
People, they go, oh, I gotta keep that. It's fake. But it's got the date built, how much it weighs, and the serial. Now, funny thing about the serial number, you'll see that this says 74611-65.
Oh.
But then if you walk over here and look on the front, it's kind of hard to see, but right here you're going to see 74611-67. They don't match. Well, what happened was that the serial number actually used to be right here, stamped on the frame, because that's where they're all stamped at the corner. But then when Santa Fe put the notch in there, they cut that out. They had to restamp. So whoever restamped it put the wrong number on there.
Oh, okay.
I was able to verify on the other end of the locomotive that it says 65. It's the new stamp on the front that says 67. So somebody was sloppy. I thought for a second, oh, do I have a different locomotive, number 626 instead of 626? Like I was saying about the air brakes, you gotta understand how the air brakes work. When you do your daily inspection, you gotta make sure the pins are in place.
Okay.
You walk around and it's not there. And then if the piston travels too much, you can adjust it. Right here, you can extend or reduce that and keep it within about 3 inches. If it goes up to 8 inches, that's bad. Cool thing about the SDP40F, it used to be a fuel tank and a water tank.
Oh.
So there was water here and up above. So the fuel tank would have had the gauge right here painted red, and the water tank, the gauge is not there, it's on the other side, but it was painted blue.
Oh.
So when you saw a fuel tank with blue, that's actually the water tank.
Oh, okay.
Then you've got the main reservoir here. Some locomotives have the main reservoir between the truck and the fuel tank, but that takes away your capacity. So by having the main reservoir as a tube along the side gives you larger capacity for fuel. Yeah, pretty cool. After the vandals did the damage, I took, until we get a proper restoration, I just took some cheap silver paint repainted the silver, repainted the stripe by hand, and then used that blue spray paint I showed you to cover up some of the other markings that they did. It kind of makes it look weathered, so it's not too bad.
Mm.
And got the letters back up.
Yeah, that's very cool. I think the last time I was here, it was just the paint job, but no lettering. So it's great to see them back on too.
You have any other questions? Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
They look good back to back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's got the larger truck, of course.
Oh.
So it's got the 3-axle truck that has two axles. So it's a little more compact. The battery box is under the locomotive where the battery is on this inside the nose by the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't have a battery box down below.
Oh,
So having a battery box down here makes it much easier to service as opposed to being up on top,
okay.
you know, inside the nose. Because when you service the batteries, you gotta refill it with distilled water.
Oh. Okay.
And I'll show you. So they've got the batteries up on top. You got the red caps there. So you reach in and you fill up the battery cells to keep them from cooking themselves.
Oh, okay. Okay, that should be good.
So by having the battery to be serviced here as a service person mechanic is so much easier to work with.
Alright.
And if you need to change out the batteries, you can just slide it out and change it out. Where on the SDP40F, you have to get a forklift and all these other, it's got pies right here. That's not very conducive for regular maintenance.
Okay.
Much smaller fuel tank though.
Okay.
So because of the battery box, and I mentioned the it's gonna be you can see it over here. I mentioned the main air reservoirs are up about right here, but if you look down here, there's the tank for the air reservoir, the main reservoir. For that tank, is again taking away fuel capacity. So if they really want to increase fuel capacity, they would have to put the battery up high somewhere, move the tank up in here, and then they can extend the fuel tank.
right.